Tia Mowry is being messy again online, y'all. She been lying to us this whole time. She is a straight, self-righteous, selfish, home-wrecking woman. Also, Corey is rumored to have found a new woman, and she ain't what y'all think. For people who don't know who Tia Mowry is, she is an American actress. I know her from the 90s when she was on a hit sitcom called Sister, Sister. Y'all probably don't hear that. I'm making that sound because that's what the little song that played. Anyway, whatever, let's get to the point. She put their relationship on social media for years for the whole world to see. So since she did that, I'm going to talk about it. Honestly, I can care less what Tia or any woman does in their relationship. But when you have a large following and you are influencing wickedness, that's where I got to speak up. And I got to give the people a balanced viewpoint, not just this one-sided idea that she has created. Tia will constantly take to social media and express how wonderful of a father Hodrick is and how they always make time to be together. She would express that she could not see herself without him in her life.
It's like, it's like if it's, I can't even visualize myself, without Corey.
It don't sound nothing like what's going on now. Tia went so far to post 6 months before the divorce announcement how over 22 years she has been in love with this man and she looked forward to 1 million more. When we saw she said 1 million, we should have knew she was exaggerating and something wasn't right, but we didn't catch on. Needless to say, 6 months later, after saying she loved him for 22 years and looking for 1 million more, she had the nerve to go on social media and announce that she is filing for divorce. That's why fans were shocked and disappointed. When she announced her divorce of her husband for 14 years after being together for 22? But if we were this shocked, just imagine him and the kids, how they must have took it. Since she has announced her divorce from her husband, he has been accused of various accusations. He's been accused of being a bum and not contributing to the family finances. He has been accused of being an opportunist that only wants her money. There have been comments in his comment section and her comment section saying how he looks dead in his eyes and how she should have never dated down. He even been accused of cheating on her, being unfaithful. Now, of course, none of these accusations have been proven to be true, despite all the YouTube channels where people keep saying all this crazy stuff but have no evidence and no truth. It is nothing but a bunch of clickbait. Through the public separation, Hodrick has only responded 3 times. 3 times. Once to say he loved his family and his wife. Another time, he commented saying that he did not cheat on his wife and that those accusations are false. And a third time, he was doing a live and people was asking him about a boyfriend that she's dating and why did he cheat on her. And he responded to that. These accusations that this is false.
Yeah, y'all wild in these comments. I don't know nothing about no boyfriend. Maybe y'all tell me. I have no idea. I don't know nothing. I don't pay it no mind. I do not pay it no mind. Y'all better start believing this stuff, y'all. Let it go. God is good all the time. What you heard, stay off the blogs, man. Them blogs y'all need to stay off them blogs. Ain't no truth in none of that. That's on God. So you heard it, I ain't talking about no more, but that's on God, all right? So let it go. Find some business, please. God bless you. Yeah, so that's that. That did not happen. Baby beautiful, 2222, that did not happen.
Now just imagine how embarrassing that has to be, that you are going through this divorce and everywhere you turn, people have something to say, or questions, or accusations, accusing you of things that are not true. The Bible talks about women like this and how men should honestly avoid situations like this. And I want to read it to you. It's Proverbs 12:4. It says, a wife with strength of character is a crown on her husband's head, but a wife who disgraces him is like bone cancer. She has done nothing but brought shame to her husband, and if she doesn't stop it, it will spread like cancer into her whole family. Despite none of these rumors being proven as fact and the divorce being finalized months ago, she still continues to receive hateful comments. He still continues to receive hateful comments on his social media pages. Things like, you seem abusive, you're not fooling anyone, or he's disgusting. Tia Mowry has yet to clarify or confirm these negative rumors of her husband of 22 years and the father of her children. I never can understand how you can just let people drag the father of your children, the man that you spent 22 years of your life with, through the mud and not speak up about it at all. And what this does is, by her allowing these rumors to continue to go on and not care, because she's getting all of the praise and all of the accolades, and he's getting all of the disrespect because she's selfish. Only a selfish person would continue to allow the person they spent 22 years with and the father of their children to be dragged through the mud like this, whether it is true or whether it is false. But what Tia did do with this new post, it proves that Tia, in my opinion, is selfish. And because she took the time to address people making videos and statements about her wanting him back, but says nothing about all the lies they're saying about him. So we're going to go to this post, and it says, "A word from me, since narratives are being made without my consent. Heard it here and only here." So she about to read people right now. Y'all got all this stuff to say about me. Well, I got something to say to you. She says, "Just because the dating life is complicated doesn't mean I'm going to go back to something that no longer serves me." This is selfishness. Married people do not speak like this. Happy married people don't speak like this. We are not in the business of being served. We are in the business of serving. A wife serves her husband and a husband serves the wife. This is what marriage is. If you are thinking to be served, then you do not need to be married. Or if you're already married and you're thinking about being served, you need to reevaluate your position in the marriage, and you need to change some things, because that is a selfish way of addressing a marriage and being in a marriage. But it gets worse. She says that's like implementing, if I don't book an audition or a part as an actor right away, I'm going to give up on my dreams. Please, just stop. I ain't that weak. No, you are that weak. You're that weak. You're that weak because you threw away a marriage of 14 years. You have put your children through trauma and more trauma that they're going to be dealing with moving forward for the rest of their lives, because you have decided to make this decision based solely on what you said, self-love. So you're telling me you couldn't love yourself unless you were divorced? If that's what you believe, you have no idea what it means to have self-love. And why would you compare getting a role as an actor as an example for us to understand what it's like to stay in a marriage? This tells you how highly you thought of your marriage or your relationship with him, which is confusing because all the stuff you've been putting on for years on social media says otherwise. So that's why I really feel this woman is like really wicked. She continues her self-love campaign, which indirectly fuels the negative comments of her ex-husband, never to give a disclaimer or debunk the rumors. Tia is not a good woman, in my opinion. And my opinion comes from the Bible. Unless she repents, I'll continue to speak on this. God warned us of women like her, like I said earlier. Proverbs 14:1 says, "A wise woman builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands." See, with her hands, using selfish desires of this self-love journey, she has torn down her own family. Then she plays the victim like she's not the cause of the chaos. Proverbs 30:20 says, "This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I've done nothing wrong." If you believe in the Bible and God, unless adultery was the reason for this divorce, this would make her an adulterous woman. Matthew 19:9 says, "And I say unto you, whoever divorces his wife except for sexual immorality and marries another commits adultery." So she's an adulterous woman who does all type of crap and wipes her mouth and says, "I've done nothing." Women who are in real abusive and neglective relationships are depending on her for guidance and hope. When Tia, according to her social media page, had a wonderful marriage and family, Don't let her sweet words fool you now into a divorce. Proverbs 5:3-4. For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is like bitter as poison and dangerous as a double sword. If you go on her page, all you will see is nothing but selfish posts. I'm not saying you can't love yourself, but you must have a balance in life. If you look at his page, you'll see a clear balance. He gives himself credit for the hard work that he's done while still acknowledging everyone else around him, including his children. Not her. She is always posting about herself the majority of the time. Philippians 2:3. Do nothing for selfish ambitions or consent, but in humility count others more sanctified than yourself. We are told that we are not supposed to do nothing for selfish reasons, but this woman has destroyed her entire family for self-love desires, which is selfish. And now there are rumors saying that Corey has found another woman. On top of that, they specifically described her as a white woman. Now, me personally, I have nothing against interracial relationships. But with the gender war in the black community, with women and men being at an all-time high, this is only going to make the situation worse. I am starting to think that Tia has been implanted in the community to create more division among us. She is creating this idea that men, black men, are trash and horrible, not just with her husband, how she's treating him, but also with these interviews that she's doing, talking about that men don't want to court women anymore. No, the men that you want don't want to court women anymore. Women, please do not listen to Tia Mowry. Despite everything you see online, this woman is miserable. Her family is broken. She is unhappy and not satisfied, in my opinion. But lives in denial. Meanwhile, it looks like her husband has truly found peace. Seek God for wisdom and understanding. Let him be the guidance in your marriage and future, not a celebrity.